What's up, Tejas? I'm here today with Quia Brown. She is the founder and president of PR for CodeBLK.
Yep.
So thanks for coming into our office today and for you telling your story.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I was really excited because we started talking a little bit before the camera started rolling. And I know that you are a University of Houston grad and a PR major, which I was a PR major as well.
Oh, awesome.
And we know some people in common, so that's really exciting. And then we're really excited because you started your company. It's pretty fresh, and we're getting this new, fresh perspective today. So I'm excited about that.
I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So the first thing I want to know is, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started? Like, what led you to opening this business, or how did you come up with the idea? And I know that you have your co-founder as well. So how did you, get started and connected with that person?
Yeah, so my co-founder is Chanel Lee, and she's the co-founder and president of marketing for CodeBLK. But we actually worked together at a marketing and advertising agency downtown. And we didn't work together, we were in different departments. But we met and we were really close because we both did some form of marketing. And when the pandemic hit, we got really close, so we would just go over each other's house and work together and stuff. And we're like, you know what, we could actually do this. So I was doing influencer marketing at the time, and she was marketing for a real estate development company. And we're like, you know what, we could actually do this and pursue this full time. This pandemic is crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on with the protests and all of that stuff. People are getting laid off. We don't know where we're gonna stand in the next couple of months. So we were like, you know what, let's start. So we actually got our LLC in October, and then I left my full-time in November, and she left her full-time in January of this year.
Yeah, wow. And so I feel like a lot of people were hearing this story from a lot of the people that we're interviewing about how the pandemic kind of gave them a shift in their career. And I know that for a lot of people, it's a little bit scary to do that. So when you were, prior to doing this, what other jobs before that company that you were with your co-founder, what were you doing before that?
So I'm a baby, I just graduated in 2017. So right when I graduated college, I started working early 2018 at the agency. So I was there for about 2.5, 3 years. So that's really the only real full-time job that I had. And then before that, I had 4 or 5 internships and of course, part-time jobs.
Yeah.
But at the agency, so I did influencer marketing and PR for P&G brands. So Pantene, Crest, Ivory, Hair Food, those large Procter & Gamble brands. And then I did PR for AIG Travel, which is the travel insurance company.
Yeah, and those are pretty big names, so you have some really great experience.
Yeah.
And then how would you say that your internships helped you to start your new business venture?
My internship specifically, I think it helped me with, my very first internship was in 2014, and I didn't even know what PR was. I knew, the lady who hired me, she was like, what is the difference between marketing, PR, and public relations? And I kind of gave some obscure answer, and I was just oh, I don't really know. But at the end of that internship, she's like, at the end of this internship, you're gonna know what all 3 of them are. And lo and behold, I did, and I was a marketing major at the time. And then after the internship, I was like, I'm switching to PR.
Wow.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so the internships kind of helped me navigate, this is actually what I want to do.
Yeah. I think that's really helpful for the younger audience that's watching, because I know when I went into PR, I didn't know what it was either. My mentor just said, hey, you'd be great at PR. And so I did it because she told me to. But I think that those internships can definitely come in handy for those younger students that are trying to navigate where they want to go to next.
Right, yeah,
so
exactly.
That's great. And then tell me a little bit about what you do at CodeBLK. What do you offer to your clients? And what makes you a little bit different from other businesses?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think because, like I said, CodeBLK kind of grew or came out of 2020 and the craziness that was 2020 with the protests and the pandemic, I think what we were also looking at how brands responded to the protests and how brands and companies responded to the pandemic. And as a PR girl, I kind of can't help but look at those type of things. I think I was just like, I want to amplify the voices of people of color. I want to amplify the voices of women and people who feel like they don't have a voice. And so those brands, like a lot of small businesses came out of this. And so I was like, let's amplify them, let's promote them, let's talk about them. And so the premise of CodeBLK is really diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
And so making sure that in any project that we're working on, that we are adding diverse models and photography and working with people that aren't just of one specific demographic. And
Yeah.
so we like to, and that was mainly like our goal in bringing that out. So
yeah. And so what about like connecting with others? Like you mentioned diversity and inclusion, and then before the camera started rolling, you were talking about being involved at your university in the Center for Diversity and Inclusion. I'm sure that was very helpful to you starting this and offering, you know, some really great experience to your clients. But what else did you join, either as a professional group after you graduated or during your time at the university? Or what people did you connect with, like, to help you, you know, succeed in what you're doing now?
Yeah, I think I was just going to, the CDI really helped because that was where I was able to meet very like different types of people that I felt like I would never have communicated with like in high school and stuff like that. So I was really like immersing myself in different types of cultures and food and languages and all of that stuff. But besides CDI, I did do, we were part of this, this student integrated agency. It was called Valenti. And so basically it was like a student-run marketing and PR agency, and that's where we were able to work with various clients. Like it was pro bono, but it gave us a chance to kind of get hands-on work with PR and marketing and social media. And I think that also really, really helps with what I'm doing now.
Yeah, and you also mentioned a professor that's kind of like a mentor to you.
Yeah.
So would you say that mentorship is like a key element to being successful?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So her name is Professor Tinsley, and she actually was the instructor. She was my instructor for my PR classes, but also for Valenti Integrated, which was the student-run agency. And to this day, I'll call her because she's like the queen of PR. She's been doing it for like 20, 30 years. And so I'll call her and I'm like, hey, what would you do in this situation if someone did this? Like, you know, just to get her input. And I think it really, really, really helps.
Yeah.
For sure.
And are you personally a mentor yourself?
So not yet. I think right now I'm kind of just like, and then there are a lot of people who reach out to me and they're like, hey, what are your thoughts on this? Or like, I'm trying to do my own thing. And so I'll help in that way.
You're like
but I don't
unofficial
have unofficial. Yeah, exactly. I have my unofficial mentor where people will literally message me and be like, Quia, like you're very inspiring. Like you just quit your job. Like now you're doing things that you love. Like, you know, help me walk, you know, I'm trying to do the same thing. But I'm also just trying to, I'm trying to build my business as well. And so I feel like, I will help where I can, but obviously I have, you know, so far to go, so.
Yeah. And then are you active at all in like PRSA, the Public Relations Society of America?
Yes, so I did do PRSA. I did that for a year. Right now I'm a part of Women in PR. So it's a Women in PR Academy. That's where I'm getting my official public relations certification. Okay. But then we were also a part of a mentoring circle. So it's a group of public relations and journalists that come together, and we just kind of talk about and learn different tips from our overall, I guess, mentor. Her name is Angie Collins, and she's been doing PR for 30 years. So she just gets everybody on a Zoom call, and we just kind of talk about our clients, and she kind of helps push our businesses forward.
Yeah, and is this like a national thing, or is it like a local?
It's national.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yep.
And then what about like attitude? Obviously, you're a young professional. Some people might, you know, be like, oh, well, you're a startup, and like, why should I go to you versus somebody else? What helps you keep like a good attitude, and you know, what are some obstacles that you might have faced being like a little bit greener?
Yeah, absolutely. I honestly think that because of, and I hate to say this, but because of the pandemic, the way that brands are now looking at marketing, like they're cutting all of their marketing costs. To a high degree. So of course they're going to look for those small businesses that maybe don't charge that that elevated rate that larger businesses do. They like to cut their costs, and then they also know that we're nimble, and we're going to do everything that we can to get the job done because, like you said, we are green. So we're going to be like, oh my gosh, we have this client. Like, we are going to put our best foot forward in all that we do because we ride off of the success of our clients, and it's a transactional thing.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and I feel like even though y'all are green, you offer a fresh perspective that probably traditionally they weren't getting in the past.
Right.
So I think that it's really beneficial for companies to reach out to
smaller
businesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and then what would you say is the secret to starting up a small business? You're obviously young, and there's probably a lot of people that are young as well, and they're like, I want to do that, and I don't have the resources or the money, or maybe they don't have that confidence. So what would you say is the secret to just doing it?
Honestly, I wouldn't say that there's a secret. I believe that we live in an era where it is the easiest. We live in a time where it's the easiest to start a business. Like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we are in the most simplest time where we have access to so much information, so much technology, so many people. There are more people on this earth that it is very easy if you wanted to start something, not to say quit your job and start something. Right. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're financially secure, but to have access to people and resources and just being able to Google something and to get that information you need. YouTube is my favorite platform. I literally tutorials, everything. I go to YouTube. I think now is just the easiest time. If you have an idea, you can go to anyone or any platform and elevate that idea and make money off of it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like social media has made things a lot easier for us nowadays, and it's kind of like a free advertising platform.
Exactly.
In the past, you had to go and pay for an ad in the paper. Now you do pay for ads online, but you could also do it for free and try it on your own.
There is definitely a such thing as organic reach. Like, a lot of things you do have to pay for, but if you make yourself like so interesting and so compelling that you don't have to pay for that type of attention-grabbing type of form of a person to be, then like it's simple and it can be seamless.
Yeah. And I forgot to ask a question earlier, but what is like the favorite client that you've worked with so far?
Favorite client.
Or the favorite project?
Okay, so I guess I would say, well, just recently, so our client is Black Market. I don't know if you've heard of Black Market Houston, but they're a Black Market directory, so they host a venue where they have about 50, 60 to 70 Black businesses that will come, and people can come and shop and like hair care products, skin care products, whatever it is. And so Black Market reached out to us saying like, we want more PR. And so I was the lead obviously on that project, and it was a retainer base. And just recently I got them an interview with Afrotech, which is this huge Black tech magazine, like online magazine, and it just blew up. And so that was like my pride. I was like so excited about that because I was working really hard. But on top of that, I've gotten them into like Culture Map Houston. I've gotten them interviews with KPRC. Yeah. So really, and so that as a baby company with them only being a retainer for 3 months and then renew or whatever, I was able to get them about 3 to 4 interviews and multiple features, and that was big for me because it was something that I just I did on my own. So.
Yeah. That's great. So you talked a little bit about, learning in your internship the difference between marketing, advertising, and PR. So can you kind of explain to the audience like what the difference is in a nutshell of those 3 things?
Yeah, and I'm still working on this because even verbally it's hard to like, okay, which one is it? Because if you look at marketing, it's like an umbrella. So I would say marketing is maybe what you do to get people to care about your business, right? So, or to get people to, what you do to get the attention of people towards your business. And then advertising is paying people and placing your business or your brand different places by paying for it in order for people to see your business. And then PR is the reputation, so getting people like getting people to feel or think a certain way about your business.
Okay.
So that it was a very rugged way of explaining it, but hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And then also, if you follow us on CodeBLK.co, we do have the explanation of all three of those things, just because when we do have conversations or consultations with our clients, people will often say like, I need PR, and it's like, you have not established a brand yet.
Right.
In order to say that I can't push your brand and tell the media to talk about you if you haven't done anything just yet. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so, so if there's a small business and they can't really quite afford to outsource the PR, advertising, or marketing yet, is there like some sort of secret that they can use to do that themselves until they're able to afford that?
Yeah, so I think, and one thing that we definitely like to say to our clients is that it is essential for every brand, every company, every business to have a marketing budget of some sort. And obviously marketing budgets are the first to get cut in a natural disaster or whatever the case is, but it is important as a growing business to have a marketing budget. And if you don't have one, I would just have a budget out for a person. So if you can't hire a marketing team, hire a marketing coordinator, a marketing director, a marketing specialist, someone who specializes, who went to school for, or has a deep understanding of how to market to people if you cannot afford like a full-blown team, which is normal. So do that. And then there are also a lot of tools. So there are a lot of marketing tools that will kind of help you with targeting and stuff like that, so that if you're solopreneur, you can do those things by yourself by using those different apps and tools.
Yeah. And then what would you say is the best tool that someone can use then?
I think specifically since social media is really big, I really like Hootsuite. And I think Hootsuite is good because it helps you schedule your social media posts, but also it tells you your demographics. Like it tells you the demographics, it tells you how you're performing, and like how you could do better. And then I would also say for.com. If you're doing influencer marketing, for example, it helps you with like, oh, this influencer likes, or let's say you have 1,000 followers, they'll say like 12% of your followers like Starbucks. And it'll say like 50% of your followers make money in between 50 to 60K annually, or it like literally details down to the T of who your followers are.
No, I have not heard of that before. I've heard of Hootsuite before, so I'll have to look into that.
For.com is an influencer marketing platform, and that'll definitely help you with getting to know your audience a bit better.
Okay. And how does a small business owner get visibility with media and press if they don't have your services like yours?
Yeah, absolutely. So if they don't have a PR team, it would really just be having a writer. Finding a writer, someone who can pitch. So there are also tools in order for you to be able to find the emails, because journalists do not make it easy for you to find their contact information. They just don't. And so building relationships with journalists, whether it's going to little mixers or if it's finding their Instagram, because sometimes because they don't make their email or phone number readily available, you can find them on Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter is a big one. And then just emailing them and saying, hi, this is who I am. But a thing about journalists is they love to be like wowed. So you can't just have a basic copy and paste type of email that's going to go to 50 billion journalists. You have to make something that's customizable and personalized to them. So like, hi Sarah, I really loved your article on this, and I really think that my client is relevant to what you're interested in, or like what they're talking about is something that you may be interested in. And they'll be like, okay. And even then they'll be like, nope. Or they'll pass it on. They'll be like, okay, maybe not for me, but I know someone in our team that will be interested in covering this type of story. So the main thing is just to really be interesting in your pitch and follow up. If you don't hear back from them, follow up.
Yeah, that's really great advice. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to move on to our second part of the interview, where it's called the Texas Trio. And basically what we do is we get you to choose 3 horseshoes out of this hat, and then you answer the question. So.
What is the capital of Texas? Yes.
Yeah, you got the easy one.
Austin.
Yes,
Austin.
You are correct, Austin.
God, I'm so bad at this. I'm a military brat. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you listen to country music? Favorite song / artist? I do not listen to country music, but I will say Luke Bryan's. I don't even know what the song is, but I know it's Luke Bryan and it's "Say It Again." I think that's my jam.
I love Luke Bryan.
That is my jam. Yes.
Some people are like, he's not country, but I'm like, he's country to me.
He's
Like,
country
I like
to me. Okay. Do you know the Texas two-step? Oh, I'm terrible. No. And every time I go to a party, I'm like trying to follow them and do it, but like I absolutely can't. That's my footwork down there. I don't know if y'all missed it, but that's my footwork.
Well, it's never too late to learn the Texas two-step. So I'm sure that on one of our future episodes, we'll have like a dance teacher. We'll like invite you to come back in.
Yeah, and I'll come. I'll be here. Like, let me know. Let me know the date, and I'll come.
Don't worry, because like basically all of our other interviewees are also coming. So it's just going to be a big two-step learning party. So, but Quia, thank you so much for joining us again.
This
and
is great.
We're going to make sure that we drop your information down below so that people that are watching can make sure that they can reach out to you and get your services. Because I think they could definitely benefit from your expertise.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. This is awesome.
All right. Bye. Bye.
We're like the Sonic guys.
What's up, Tejas? What's up, Tejas? It's National Iced Tea Day. And Jenny is here from behind the camera because we are having a big debate on iced tea. We just got our iced teas right now.
And actually we're doing a spoof on the Sonic guys because we're like at Sonic even though they're not a sponsor.
Yeah.
And we're doing the in the car discussion about
car talk about iced tea.
Car talk.
Car talk. So Jenny thinks that the best iced tea is sweet tea.
Yes.
And I know a lot of y'all are probably gonna hate me, but I don't like
because it's a southern thing, and if you're from Texas, it's sweet tea.
No, I can't do it.
Sweet tea.
It's like way too sweet. Like I don't need cavities. Like I don't need diabetes. Okay, like. So I put sweet and low in mine. I got the giant one, so usually I put like 3 sweet and lows in there, and then lemon. You have to have lemon. Like Jenny hates lemon. I don't know why. I think it's weird.
I think it's weird that you like it as much as you do. So
I don't
there
know.
You go.
Like lemon is life.
Ooh.
So yeah. But you like limes?
I like lemon too. I don't like it on everything. You put it on everything. Surprised you didn't put it on breakfast this morning.
Oh my god. I put lemon on my like seafood and then in my iced tea. That's pretty much it.
On everything.
Or sometimes pasta too, I feel like.
See? Everything. Like, ew.
Lemon butter? Like, so I got my lemon. I got my sweet and low because they forgot it. So, but she was so nice. Okay.
She was super nice.
Yeah. So,
shout out to Shaylee.
Yeah. Shout out in Houston.
In Houston.
Houston Heights.
And so, anyway, my favorite go-to sweet tea is not Sonic. I have actually never had Sonic. I don't remember if I've had Sonic sweet tea.
How do you like it?
It's good. It is super sweet though. I like it a little bit.
Likes Whataburger sweet tea, and I'm sorry Whataburger, but your tea can't do it.
But you also drink non-sweet tea.
Yeah, and
like I can't do non-sweet tea at any place,
but
at
I
any
sweeten
restaurant.
it, and it tastes great at Sonic, but at Whataburger no.
Anyway, so the question is: A, do you make your own sweet tea? And if not, where's your favorite place to get it from? Right?
Yeah.
And then if you like sweet or unsweet, and then do you sweeten it with nasty stuff?
Well, and also, like, is there a certain brand of tea, if you make it, that you like? Because I know my mom, she used to always make a pitcher. We always had 2 pitchers of Louisiana iced tea in the fridge at all times. And, yeah. So I think that maybe Sonic might use Louisiana tea, and that's why I like it. I'm not sure.
Maybe. I like the ice.
Oh, yeah, Sonic has the best ice, y'all.
Anyway, well, that's nice.
Yeah. Bye!
Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Till next time, that's all, y'all.